Great things are not done by impulse, but by a series of small things brought together.
The key to life is accepting challenges. Once someone stops doing this, he's dead.
A life of sacrifice is the pinnacle of art and is full of true joy. People often claim to hunger for truth, but seldom like the taste when it's served up. The dream was always running ahead of me. To catch up, to live for a moment in unison, was the miracle. Person is wise if he listens to millions of advice and doesn't implement any of it.
We cannot do everything at once, but we can do something at once. Learn from who you were, appreciate who you've become, and carefully invest into who you want to be. People throw stones at you, and you convert them into milestones. Behind every beautiful thing, there's some kind of pain.
Life swings like a pendulum backward and forward between pain and boredom. It is a very funny thing that the sleepier you are, the longer you take about getting to bed. You were given life. It is your duty to find something beautiful within life, no matter how slight. Man starts over again every day, in spite of all he knows, against all he knows. Being grateful does not mean that everything is necessarily good. It just means that you can accept it as a gift.
People rarely succeed unless they have fun in what they are doing.
To leave, after all, was not the same as being left. Biology gives you a brain. Life turns it into a mind. The place where you made your stand never mattered, only that you were there, and still on your feet. People can cry much easier than they can change. You are willing to die, you coward, but not to live. The world is merciless, and it's also very beautiful. At some point, you just gotta forgive the past. Your happiness hinges on it. Judge no one, just improve yourself.
Never worry a bit in life. Always be full of merriment. Don't react. Cut them off silently. But the truth doesn't need to be known or believed to be true.
There is no shelter from the willful blindness of a politician. Focus on improving yourself, not proving yourself.
The reason why the universe is eternal is that it does not live for itself. It gives life to others as it transforms.
If your absence doesn't bother them, then your presence never mattered to them in the first place.
Choose to correct your mistakes rather than comparing it to others. Not knowing you can't do something is sometimes all it takes to do it.
Until we can receive with an open heart, we are never really giving with an open heart. Life without any wonder left in it is flat and stale.
If you can feel the future, then you are about to experience it. Life before death, strength before weakness, journey before destination.
It is not that I'm so smart, but I stay with the questions much longer. It is more important to out-hink your enemy than to outfight. It's against the rules of humanity to believe there is nothing we can do. Sacrifice a few years of comfort for decades of freedom. Beliefs are choices. First you choose your beliefs, then your beliefs affect your choices. Finding one important thing in your life doesn't mean you have to give up all the other important things. Time doesn't heal emotional pain. You need to learn how to let go.
Staying in the past won't help you move on to your future.
A real decision is measured by the fact that you've taken a new action. If there's no action, you haven't truly decided.
I know the joy of fishes in the river through my own joy as I go walking along the same river.
You can't start the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last one. Whenever I'm feeling down, I always think back on all my goals and get instantly motivated. A good life has some bad days too.
The heart's memory eliminates the bad and magnifies the good. In my heart's most secret place, I pity them as angels do.
Only you can take inner freedom away from yourself or give it to yourself. Nobody else can. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results. The pure present is an ungraspable advance of the past devouring the future. In truth, all sensation is already memory.
An over-examination of life can deter you from life itself.
Walk at your own pace. Don't run after others because your journey may not be the same.
As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters.
Whenever I hear anyone arguing for slavery, I feel a strong impulse to see it tried on him personally. The truth doesn't always set you free. People prefer to believe prettier, neatly wrapped lies. Good people see the good and bring out the best in other people. It is not easy to keep silent when silence is a lie.
Faith is a knowledge within the heart, beyond the reach of proof.
Leaders must be close enough to relate to others, but far enough ahead to motivate them. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars.
When we're connected to others, we become better people.
The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. Life is like an elevator. On your way up, sometimes you have to stop and let some people off. We are the sum of all people we have ever met. You change the tribe, and the tribe changes you.
Knowledge is responsibility, which is why people resist knowledge.
Dance through life, flinging kindness like shimmering rainbows. Find your bliss by sharing your heart. No matter what happens or how bad it seems today, life does go on and it will be better tomorrow. To escape fear, you have to go through it, not around. You look ridiculous if you dance. You look ridiculous if you don't dance, so you might as well dance. People are successful because they think and act like successful people. A preoccupation with the next world clearly shows an inability to cope credibly with this one.
Life is all about becoming a better version of yourself.
Stress is temporary, but the lessons you learn from it can last a lifetime. You are art. You are a masterpiece. Treat yourself as such.
To be wealthy and honored in an unjust society is a disgrace.
This, the language of deception, we both understand. We were born to it, along with the curses. Be the person that will take the first step towards personal success. You will be remembered for.
A lack of clarity could put the brakes on any journey to success.
Embrace the truth that joy does not happen to us. It reflects our mindset and choices. Life is half delicious yogurt, half crap, and your job is to keep the plastic spoon in the yogurt. It matters not how fast light may travel. Darkness shall always be there, awaiting its arrival.
Wisdom comes not from age, but from education and learning. Don't be afraid to challenge the pros, even in their own backyard.
Having the courage to stand up for what we believe in is our greatest glory, not winning every battle.
Whatever you believe with feeling becomes your reality. The man who has forgotten self may be said to have entered heaven.
If what you seek is truth, there's one thing you must have above all else.
To forget the whole world is easy. To make the whole world forget, you is hard.
For with much wisdom comes much sorrow. The more knowledge, the more grief. Those who rest when they need to work will work when they need to rest. Do your bit when it is most rewarding. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. We can regard our life as a uselessly disturbing episode in the blissful repose of nothingness. Don't ruin a good today by thinking about a bad yesterday. Let it go.
One who is too insistent on his own views finds few to agree with him.
Nothing important is learned. It is simply remembered. No one is going to figure out your life. It's your responsibility. I never want to change so much that people can't recognize me. Don't change your mind just because people are offended. Change your mind if you're wrong. Nothing has to be true forever, just for long enough. Einstein said that insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. To see what is right and not do it is the worst cowardice. As a leader, you're not paid to make decisions. You're paid to get results from decisions. Facing it, always facing it, that's the way to get through. Face it. The number of people who believe a thing has no bearing upon its truth. You can't do anything about the length of your life. You can do something about its width and depth.
Faced with what is right, to leave it undone shows a lack of courage.
It is not needful for our dreams to be very grand nor very big. It is only needful for our dreams to be very shiny. We are not leaving anyone behind. We have to stick together in order to stay safe.
In order to be yourself, you must first know who you are.
Nothing is as it seems, but something is everything it is made out to be. Please go for your dreams. Whatever your ideals, you can become whatever you want to become.
When I stopped to take a breath, I noticed I had wings.
Divide your success in small pieces. Easy to manage failure, easy to achieve success. Knowledge, like air, is vital to life. Like air, no one should be denied it. People are almost always better than their neighbors think they are. Ignore all hatred and criticism. Live for what you create and die protecting it.
When pure sincerity forms within, it is outwardly realized in other people's hearts.
The man of wisdom is never of two minds. The man of benevolence never worries. The man of courage is never afraid. One of the most healing things you can do is recognize where in your life you are your own poison.
When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.
In reality, there are no persons, only threads of memories and habits. At the moment of realization, the person ceases. What we fear doing most is usually what we most need to do. To read is to empower is to write is to influence is to change is to live. Success is something you experience when you act accordingly. Success is not something you have, it's something you do. It is not that I am mad, it is only that my head is different from yours. There is a wisdom of the head, and there is a wisdom of the heart. No amount of regretting can change the past, and no amount of worrying can change the future. If life gives you any trouble, punch it in the face. Success is a state of mind. If you want success, start thinking of yourself as a success. Life is like a play. It's not the length, but the excellence of the acting that matters. Sometimes the things that break your heart end up fixing your vision. Bitter though it may be to many, Cadfael concluded, there is no substitute for truth, in this or any case. Those who make conversations impossible make escalation inevitable. An item is only worth what someone is willing to pay for. If I lived 1,000,000 lives, I would have felt 1,000,000 feelings, and I still would have fallen 1,000,000 times for you. Life is a blank canvas, and you need to throw all the paint on it you can.
At the heart of nature's mystery lies another mystery.
Don't quit, suffer now, and live the rest of your life as a champion. Failure is a bend in the road, not the end of the road. Learn from failure and keep moving forward. Civilization is only possible for deeply unpleasant animals. It is only an ape that can be truly civilized.
Appreciate the moment of a first kiss. It may be the last time you own your heart.
But memory is like plaster. Peel it back, and you just might find a completely different picture. See yourself as you really are. Accept the good and the bad. Only then can you truly share yourself with another. We are the Bibles the world is reading. We are the creeds the world is needing. We are the sermons the world is heeding. Sometimes we're tested not to show our weaknesses, but to discover our strengths.
The most dangerous of all falsehoods is a slightly distorted truth.
Life's like a movie. Write your own ending. Keep believing, keep pretending. Hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times.
Perfect happiness is the absence of striving for happiness.
Men will not accept truth at the hands of their enemies, and truth is seldom offered to them by their friends. The simple things are also the most extraordinary things, and only the wise can see them.
Strange how the best moments of our lives we scarcely notice except in looking back. Common sense is the collection of prejudices acquired by age 18.
Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. Know from whence you came. If you know whence you came, there are absolutely no limitations to where you can go. If you want to triumph in life, you must persevere. Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life.
Dream big, stay positive, work hard, and enjoy the journey.
The truth was only another mass, even if it was the best fit, closest to skin and all that lay beneath. I scream for everything that has gone wrong. I scream for everything broken in our lives. You are exactly where you need to be. If you want something, do something about it. Otherwise, it will be your whole life. Believe in your greatness, because what you believe is what you become. When all is said and done, all anyone has left is their integrity at their core. Don't give that away too. I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. In the end, you can't always choose what to keep. You can only choose how you let it go. When the actions becomes frequent than the words, success becomes heavier than the dreams. Do more, say less. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing.
He who controls others may be powerful, but he who has mastered himself is mightier still.
The healing starts at the mountain, but you need the river to wash the pain away.
In the midst of darkness, he alone sees the dawn. In the midst of the soundless, he alone hears harmony. Nothing isn't better or worse than anything. Nothing is just nothing. Stand in the divine rain, and seeds of wisdom will grow in your soul. Believe those who are seeking the truth. Doubt those who find it.
For great men, religion is a way of making friends. Small people make religion a fighting tool. We dance round in a ring and suppose but the secret sits in the middle and knows. A man must wage war on himself to defeat his weaknesses and conquer his strengths. Life moves very fast. It rushes from heaven to hell in a matter of seconds. Being angry, resentful, or saddened by rejection can suck the sweetness out of acceptance.
So shut up, live, travel, adventure, bless, and don't be sorry.
When you have a dream, you've got to grab it and never let go. Life is a succession of lessons which must be lived to be understood.
3 rules of work. Out of clutter, find simplicity. From discord, find harmony. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. A constitution that is made for all nations is made for none.
We beat on, boats against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past. Anyone can hide, facing up to things, working through them. That's what makes you strong.
A person's limitations are only measured by their drive to succeed.
Stop feeling sorry for yourself and you will be happy.
If you really want something, you can figure out how to make it happen.
It's a sad day for American capitalism when a man can't fly a midget on a kite over Central Park.
People who keep stiff upper lips find that it's damn hard to smile.
To have what you have never had, you have to do what you have never done.
Unthinking respect for authority is the greatest enemy of truth. If the enemy has occupied them before you, do not follow him, but retreat and try to entice him away.
Life is as easy or as hard as you think it is.
The truth does not change according to our ability to stomach it.
A flower does not use words to announce its arrival to the world. It just blooms.
People who belittle people will belittle people and will accomplish very little. If a man could have half of his wishes, he would double his troubles.
It's life. You don't figure it out. You just climb up on the beast and ride. Autumn is a place where words fall short. It is a magic that must be felt, breathed, experienced, and treasured. Human life is but a series of footnotes to a vast, obscure, unfinished masterpiece.
Yesterday is not ours to recover, but tomorrow is ours to win or lose.
Stars do not pull each other down to be more visible. They shine brighter. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. The human person finds his perfection in seeking and loving what is true and good. Like a missing tooth, sometimes an absence is more noticeable than a presence. One of the best ways to influence people is to make them feel important. My power is my property. My power gives me property. My power am I myself, and through it am I my property.
Kendati batasan tara kebebasan, dan ketidak pedulian terkadang saru.
Don't give up. You are closer than you think.
Learn from yesterday. Live for today. Hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning.
Do what you can with what you have where you are.
Vote for the man who promises least. He'll be the least disappointing.
For some unknown reason, success usually occurs in private, while failure occurs in full view.
Life is an experiment in which you may fail or succeed. Explore more. Expect least.
Perhaps I know best why it is man alone who laughs. He alone suffers so deeply that he had to invent laughter.
In a time of deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. A real scientist solves problems, not wails that they are unsolvable.
Life will just not wait for us to live it. We are in it now, and now is the time to live. Don't reject something just because it seems strange. It's comfort that will kill you in the end. Success or failure in business is caused more by mental attitude even than by mental capabilities. I will be able to forecast which side will be victorious and which defeated. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. If you hear how wonderful you are often enough, you begin to believe it, no matter how you try to resist it.
I very rarely think in words at all. A thought comes, and I may try to express it in words afterwards.
Don't go broke trying to impress broke people.
It is better to live one day as a lion than 100 years as a sheep.
The things you do for yourself are gone when you are gone, but the things you do for others remain as your legacy.
Your highest thoughts sometimes arise in your lowest moments.
Never be embarrassed to struggle. There is absolutely no shame in working hard to get to where you want to be. Everybody gets so much information all day long that they lose their common sense. Life is a drama full of tragedy and comedy. You should learn to enjoy the comic episodes a little more. The essence of life does not consist in the lushness of your possession, but in the richness of your heart. Despite its dark veins, the transparency of dragonflies' wings assures me of a pure, innocent world. You must not ever stop being whimsical, and you must not, ever, give anyone else the responsibility for your life.
Silence is nice to have if you wanted it, but maddening if you didn't. It takes more effort to avoid the truth than it does to face it.
Compromise brings harmony to both, happiness to none. It is evident as a matter of logic that since they disagree, not more than one of them can be true.
You know you made it when your friends tell their friends that you are their friend.
But as long as something is never even started, you never have to worry about it ending. It has endless potential.
Birth is not the beginning. Death is not the end.
History is idle gossip about a happening whose truth is lost the instant it has taken place. People are going to say what they want to say and think what they want to think, and I can't change their minds. Now and then it's good to pause in our pursuit of happiness and just be happy. All warfare is based on deception. There is no place where espionage is not used. Offer the enemy bait to lure him. The right thing to do and the hard thing to do are usually the same.
When people try to bury you, remind yourself you are a seed. There are two ways to live. You can live as if nothing is a miracle. You can live as if everything is a miracle.
The trouble with denial is that when the truth comes, you aren't ready.
Everything is hard before it is easy.
When we give cheerfully and accept gratefully, everyone is blessed. When you do the right thing, you get the feeling of peace and serenity associated with it. Do it again and again. I must be willing to give up what I am in order to become what I will be.
Have enough courage to start and enough heart to finish.
It doesn't get better by overthinking. It only gets better by working towards eradicating your problem. Today is the oldest you've ever been and the youngest you'll ever be again.
If you want to lead them, you must place yourself behind them. When you change your thoughts, remember to also change your world. For we can only know that we know nothing, and a little knowledge is a dangerous thing.
The thing about a spiral is if you follow it inward, it never actually ends. It just keeps tightening, infinite. When you hold a grudge, You want someone else's sorrow to reflect your level of hurt, but the two rarely meet.
You cannot open a book without learning something.
Pursue what catches your heart, not what catches your eyes. Every day is a bank account, and time is our currency. No one is rich, no one is poor. We've got 24 hours each. He was attractive. I knew that. And I knew that attractive people always got away with things. There has never been a protracted war from which a country has benefited. All that is valuable in human society depends upon the opportunity for development accorded the individual. We follow the codes not because they bring gain, but because we loathe the people we would otherwise become.
You don't destroy what you want to acquire in the future. We humans are more concerned with having than with being. A paranoid is someone who knows a little of what's going on.
The most wasted of days is one without laughter. People change, love hurts, friends leave, things go wrong, but remember that life goes on. Many people pray to be kept out of unexpected problems. Some people pray to be able to confront and overcome them.